I was on mute this whole time. That is awesome. Fantastic. Well done, Mark. I was explaining away all of this, what's going on, what happened. Uh, so I got pinged saying that the last time I went live didn't tweet out a notification. Um, and what looks like happened is uh, it failed to publish the tweet. And my guess on this is that since this is the exact same message as the previous tweet that went out from that account, Twitter doesn't let you do that. So what I'm thinking I need to do is actually like add a timestamp in there. Um, and that's kind of easy to do, I think. Uh, we'll see. Um, that or just like, because what would happen is like if I started streaming at 8 a.m., right, and then nobody streams all day, I stop my stream at 10 a.m. I'll stream for 2 hours, and then I come back at like 6 p.m. and stream from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. But no one else streamed that day. The tweet wouldn't go out because the tweet would be the exact same. So I need to add some um, uniqueness to the message, and I think a timestamp would do that, or just a date and time in UTC. But it went through this time. It at mentioned me. I got the notification that I was at mentioned. Um, so that seems to be working fine. So let's tackle this uh, first. So let me go over to Git Bash first. Get this some more screen. And up it here. So I've got some modified stuff here that I don't care about in that file. But what I want to do is go ahead and git checkout master git status. Git merge add Twitter support. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't. Let me just save these changes, whatever, and actually commit them. I'll just make it easier. All right, so that's committed in there now. It's not like there's any secrets in or anything like that. It's just not exactly clean. Git status clean now. Git checkout master. Git git merge. Add Twitter support. Git push. All right. So that's nice and merged in now. Hide some git bash back to VS Code. So what we do need to do is tackle this problem with the uniqueness of the tweet, and that will require some updates. But I need to test something on string format first before I do that. And I can actually do that in PowerShell. I can never remember which order it is. Like if you have too many arguments or if you have too many options in the format string, which one it errors out on, but one of them it does. And I want to fix that. So I'm gonna do string format and do O 1, 2, and in this do 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Hello? Okay, so that does an error, but it does do it the other way. So if I have 2 and I've got 3 in there, it should probably throw. Okay, good. So that means I need to update my setting before I deploy home. So here, app settings. I can't see all these because of how it's going to be Twitter something or other. Really no, all right. Me, okay. Have to zoom that down so I can actually see the thing here. But so this is the template that I'm using for the tweet now. So the template that I want to use for it is going to be is now streaming live 2. So we'll take in a date, and I'm just going to play with this a little bit. I can use the -f now that I'm fairly confident it works the same. It's going to be HTTP stuff. This, and then a date. So I'm going to do, this is going to be closer to what I do in C#. So date time, UTC now, toString. And now I need to look up the date string formats, but I think %u is the one that I want. No, u just by itself. Yeah. So that's probably going to make it unique. Streaming live as of so that's what it would look like, is the URL to their thing, their Twitter username is streaming live as of that, and then PowerShell live. Oh, wow. Sorry, my bad. I'm really bad about switching that over. I'll get better. Just keep scolding me. The negative reinforcement will help. So, this is what I was talking about. So, I'm going to have this be my new format string, and I'm going to put some stuff in there, but I just wanted to make sure that this kind of looks the way that it should, and this is where I was testing to see if you have, too few, it fails. So that means that I have to make the code change first and then update the app setting afterwards to prevent it from breaking in theory. But again, this is to tackle the fact that the string in the tweet has to be unique. Um, and if for whatever reason I was the only person streaming all day long, every time I went live, there wouldn't be a new tweet for it because the previous tweet would be the same exact text. So to fix this, I'm going to create a new branch here called feature add timestamp to tweet. And then go in here to the Twitter event handler, and on the tweets, we're going to add, when we create the tweet here, we're going to add date time dot utc now dot toString u. So simple change, just adding another parameter to work with the format string. So we can save this, double check this change looks legit. It's just adding that piece there. Stage this. Keep on putting a T on stamp. Timestamps one word, I think, properly. All right. Push this up, even though I'm not going to be doing pull requests to fix it. I'm going to be doing local merges, which is so people can see the craziness that I've done on these. So I'm going to switch over here to git bash. Hit status. So it's on that git checkout master git merge feature. And if you're wondering why I'm using this feature / in, because it definitely looked weird to me the first time I saw somebody do this. I was like, why would you even do this? Let me go to the go to my Twitch stream and go to the project source. This is kind of cool, in case no one is aware of this. So if you do like feature / it creates in VS Studio or Azure DevOps a feature folder and puts the things underneath that. And if you can do multiple ones. Such a good host name. A host name on what? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, the beast. Yeah. So this was my this is my gaming rig, and when I did it, it was like state of the art, top of the line, like best equipment, most expensive thing I've ever built, right? It needed a decent name for what it was. The beast sounded pretty good. Anyways, let me go back to VS Code here. Yeah, my 980, my NVIDIA 980 Ti card is helping out quite a bit with that, and then I've got like the 1 gigabit per second internet connection uh, that is usually around 980. Of course, upstream's never that good. I don't know what it's at right now, but it's decent. So get some decent streaming quality, I think. So long as I'm not connected to the private internet access VPN, which totally kills all the speeds. So I'm gonna publish this function now that I've merged it into master, um, and Twitch stream notifications, deploy. So I'll go here to functions, and it's deploying. Deployed. Start the stream logs. All right, so the code change is live. So now I need to also update the um, setting for what I was doing here. So I'm going to copy this in here, go to some Firefoxes, in here, change this, take out the quotes, hope to save. So the way that I coded this, it should grab this every time, but it doesn't. So I don't know. Like I'm just gonna restart it. All right, so now we should have that problem resolved going forward, and a new stream should have a date and time in it, although it's kind of ugly, but whatever. Just go back and look just how ugly it does look. Yeah, so it looks like this URI. So, but at least it's at least it'll be unique-ish, so that if I happen to stream 3 times on, the same day, and nobody else is streaming on that day, the notification should go out 3 different times. So I'm not really going to test that because that's a lot of stopping the stream, restarting the stream, stopping the stream, restarting the stream. Don't care. I'll just keep an eye on it, and I'm definitely going to be watching this and watching the logs on everything like a hawk over the coming days to just ensure everything is working and making sure I'm not spamming Twitter or abusing Twitch, or make sure that my functions aren't ramping up costs. I'm sure that'll make Chris happy that I'm not doing that. So hopefully this will help out, kind of force multiply when people come online. The Slack and Discord bot, which is actually a Discord bot, but since the Slack bridge exists between Discord and Slack, in the streaming channel for the PowerShell Discord and Slack, I looked at fixing that today. I can't figure out why it's not working. I don't have full admin access to Discord, Uh, yeah, it is like CI/CD pipeline unit tests, definitely things I need to do. I started looking at kind of the best practices for Azure Functions CI/CD pipelines in Azure DevOps, and I think that I don't necessarily agree with them, so I might sit down, reread through all of them, and make sure that my opinion is founded on my experience and not just knee jerk to, but I do CI/CD pipelines better. So I need to look through that. Unit tests on Azure Functions is going to be a fun thing. I haven't done them. You can use the local function runner and the local settings to kind of shell out certain things. Uh, there's also a Twitter dev environment that you can set up to test against for full integration testing um, on that. And we can also simulate webhook activity ourselves. So we don't actually need the Twitch to do anything for full integration testing, because that'd be really hard. But I could at least make sure that tweets are going out to Twitter. Kind of emulate the webhook. The webhook stuff's not that interesting, anyways. So it's just some. In fact, they're in the project already, right? Like the example subscriptions, what those look like. Unsubscribe, what those look like. Well, unauthorized, need to add an unsubscribe one, but it's just basically copy this, change subscribe to unsubscribe. Make sure that it sends back this. So that's the test for that kind, for both subscribe and unsubscribe. Make sure that when it said something else, that it doesn't send back it does send back a 200, but doesn't have a payload. And then testing a webhook registration, which I have here, or actually a webhook callback, which I have here. So testing that. So testing that piece. Yeah. So there's lots of unit tests that could be done against the local function runner. I could probably do some .NET unit test as well using something. I don't know. I haven't done .NET Core unit tests, so that would be something fun to look into. But yeah, definitely adding some robustness to this is what I'd like to do, spend some time on. But right now I want it working and featured, and then I can figure out how these deployment pipelines for Azure Functions and unit testing is done by other people versus how I think they should be done. But I think that those were the primary things. So the benefit of doing it the way that I did it, like just to go over my logic on this, these callback URIs are like their Twitch stream name and then their not on the screen. Let me show one. Let's do subscriptions.callback. Yeah, so the way this works is that when I register with the with Twitch, I'm telling them to call back on a URL that has the Twitch stream and then their Twitter name. So I don't have to maintain a mapping anywhere to say, oh, well, I've got this for this Twitch name. Let me look this up and find out what their Twitter name is. So instead, I'm having I do that up front and say that this is the URL to call back, and then I parse that saying that this is the uh, stream name and that's the Twitter name, and supporting it for later if anybody who has a stream but doesn't have a Twitter account, I can support that too, or doesn't want to be at notified whenever their stream goes live. Um, so that's my thought process there. There was some other ways that I could have done this. I could have used like a table, um, uh, Azure storage table, store mapping between Twitter account and this stream name. Um, could have used a local JSON file in the project, um, but the JSON file would be tough because you have to like redeploy every time you update it, and that's an expensive operation that I don't think state matching is something you should do in static code. Um, the other things that I want to do in addition to the CI/CD pipeline, and I'll probably do this after CI/CD pipeline, is actually adding automation to handle the registration pieces so that I'm not using this PowerShell code to do it, which, you know, is fine. But right now I'm going to have to manually do this, and I'm going to have to remember to do it every 10 days. Um, I could technically do it like every day and just remove all current subscriptions and add these in and keep a running list of them. Uh, but that seems a little nonsensical. So this definitely needs some automation around it. The fact that there's a 10-day maximum for subscribing for stream changes is a little painful, but also makes it kind of nice that um, if I fall dead on the side of the road or something like that, they'll just stop working, right? So in time, stop racking up charges on Chris's Azure tenant. So I think that's it for now on this. I'm sure I'm gonna like step away and be like, hey, I want to do some more stuff on this project because I can't seem to put it down. But that's gonna be all for now. So thanks for watching.